Hi guys, welcome back to Canary Cast. Good to see you back here. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe whilst here. That would help us out massively. Thank you. Right, we'll try and keep the energy high, but this was a hard one. Emi Buendia, the transfer's gone through to Aston Villa, 33 million plus 5, and then a 10% sell-on clause. Jacob, you've had your say a bit already, mate, but just give us a roundup of how you're feeling.
Yeah, like I was saying on the video, it was straight afterwards, so it was a bit of a ramble. It was a little bit probably things said more emotionally than what I should have been in terms of money, ambition. We'll try and kind of clarify that today. Yeah, it's obviously disappointing, but I've kind of accepted it now. Like, you look at what's come out and you probably think that realistically Webber and Farker have kind of sat him down at the start of the season. We did have the little kind of throw the toys out of the pram and go, look, Emi, you give us this season, you carry us to this league title, and we'll let you go because there will be interest. And let's be fair, they've done a good job to get him to that stage where at times we said to each other ourselves, didn't we? It looked like he was playing for himself. Not he was playing for the team, of course. He's brilliant best, but there seemed like there was a motive there to move, and it is a shame. But Villa have got themselves one hell of a player.
I remember you saying about those last 17 games after that card at Borough, and you think perhaps someone had a word in his ear then.
Yeah, I think, well, we're looking at it, that was his second red card, obviously, of this season. He's had 4 red cards in 3 years. And you would imagine with 17 games to go, because it was quite close, wasn't it? We just lost to Swansea and had a couple of 0-0 draws. It was close, and they probably just sat him down and gone, look, Emi, we need you to sort your head out because no one's going to bid for you if you keep getting silly red cards. Own these last 17 games and then walk out pretty much a recent club legend, which he has done. You know, would I rather have had Emi Buendia for 2 seasons where he's kind of understated, kind of looks frustrated, and then not really performed to his high standards, or would I rather what we've seen, which is one magnificent season where he's carried us to the title? I think for him to leave with us wanting more is the best way for him. Yes, it hurts. The money is slightly less than what we wanted, but you know, that's a COVID market. Fair play to Villa, they stumped up 33 up top, which Arsenal were never going to do. So all in all, whilst it's so painful to see such a good player leave, it's probably in the worst way, it's the best way to kind of sever ties without too much. Like, Norwich have the money that they deserve, and it's a massive markup on what they paid for him.
Yeah, it certainly is. I was working at the weekend, so I didn't get a chance to jump on the video with Jacob. Initially, like everyone, I was, well, fuming is probably the right word, actually. Just because it was Villa, it hurt more, basically. I know they're a bigger club than us at the minute. That's fine, fair enough. But it just hurt. It hurt a bit more. Small silver lining that Arsenal didn't get it. We did tell you this would happen. You've lost your main target again, but there you go. Yeah, I was really angry initially, and I thought you better have something up your sleeve, basically. Having thought about it and having had time to process it, I'm going to reserve full judgment until we see who comes in.
Yeah.
But it's ballsy. I mean, there's a set of bollocks on Stuart Webber if he thinks he can turn this around, to be fair. It's a big call, big decision for the club. But having thought about it, it does give us a chance to sort of do a rebuild. The team we have is built to win the Championship, and we were very, very good at that. Having seen Norwich in the Premier League, especially after the sort of restart thing, we were so poor. We were absolutely miles off. At this moment in time, without Emi Buendia, we're even further off, in my opinion. I think we are flirting properly with relegation now without Emi. We probably were anyway. But it does give us a chance to rebuild, get a few players in. And actually, I think it might coincide with a change of tack from Daniel Farker. I'm not expecting massive changes, although actually a change in formation is a big change. And I think maybe if we're going for pace and power, like we saw with the signings that came in last summer, that's going to happen again this summer. Maybe even someone like Todd gets moved on as well, and we reinvest it, play more in sort of maybe a 5 at the back, 5-3-2 or something like that. That would Keeping Aaron's would help with that as well. And the only other thing I thought was that Daniel Farker is now going into his 5th season. The cycle is normally about 4 seasons. He's been there a long time now. I think by removing the players that could potentially down tools if things don't go their way, i.e. Emi, Todd, we saw that last summer. I'm not going to include Max in that, of course. But I do think it gives Daniel Farke a chance to build a sort of 2.0 team, if you like, and one that's built to not win the Championship, but solidify us in the Premier League. We're certainly at a crossroads. We've got plenty of money to spend now, and yeah, I'm angry he's leaving. Yeah, I'm angry it's Villa, but it does give us a chance to take the club in a slightly different direction, maybe perhaps different style, and it will certainly make things interesting. So let's see what happens, but I'll reserve judgment until transfer window's closed, I think.
Yeah, Villa have got the ambition, to be fair to them. They are 2 years ahead of us, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Obviously, a huge club, like you say, and I think we're saying we're angry, and probably Villa fans will be thinking, well, we're bigger than you. We were expecting him to, as you'll quickly see, like he is European club ready.
Yeah.
I think Darren Huckabee tweeted it, which is a good point. If a European club, none of them think he's ready yet. I think they're waiting again to hold judgment to see if he can do it in the Prem. Because if they wanted him, they would have blown this is not including the Arsenal, because I'm not talking to them. Villa actually are a better step up at the moment than Arsenal. But if a top four club in any of Spain, PSG potentially, and any of the top four in England, they wanted it, they would have got him ahead of Villa. Like, it wouldn't have been even a problem. But yeah, it's a shame. I think with Emi, if you're watching this Villa fan, like we've said so many times, right wing, he is going to drift in. He'll be everywhere for you, and it's going to be so interesting if you keep Grealish, like how on earth that works, because both will want the ball. Be interesting to see what Emi will be like without being the main man, because I think he's enjoyed that at Norwich. I think he's enjoyed that responsibility, but he will be he's just an assist king. Like, the chance creation is insane. I wouldn't play him central. I think that takes away from his game, to be honest with you. I think he likes it on the right, so he can go and drift wherever he wants to on the pitch. The centre, I think, as we see with Grealish, especially with England the other day, is there's already automatically 2-3 men on you, and you just don't have that space. And on the right, Emi can go wherever he wants. He drifts far wide, keeps the width, and then can come in, and he's just got so much room to do what he pleases to do, which is what he needs to really flourish. But yeah, it's a dreadful shame. In terms of replacements, mate, like you say, there's no directs. I want us to go down an avenue, like you say, where you change the tactics now or change the kind of system. I think you go tall, big, strong. You look at the last transfer window in particular, Gibson, Giannoulis, Dowell to a degree, Skip. They've either got legs, they're tall, physical, or got like pace. So, and I think that will be the way we continue to go. I think you've almost got to mould your team into that performance against Brentford, that 1-0 one, where it was solid, compact, and that moment of magic, which obviously was from Emi.
Now don't have,
exactly. But then, okay, you bring that in with someone else, don't you? Sort of thing. It's a lot more pragmatic. The football will still be nice. I'm not saying, right, let's whip it into the big man, and the football will be nice, but we have to be a lot smarter and be able to grind out results with more even possession, which we did against Brentford, which we did a few more times against the better teams towards the back end of the season. Bournemouth, Watford games, forget them. We were drunk as a skunk especially those last few. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And the 60 million that we now have in the transfer budget, I think, has to fully be spent to really.
You've led me on lovely there, actually, Joe. I'm going to stop you. Are you happy with the price? And then let's talk about replacements.
It's COVID market, isn't it? I think fair play to Villa. They've come in with the actual ambition rather than Arsenal trying to flirt and put it out in the media to disrupt the player, to bring down the price. Villa have gone, he's our number one target. We're not going to mess around. I don't know if the initial bid was a little bit lower. I think so. Then they put in the second bid and gone, look, 33 plus 5, you get to your 38, and then your 10% will put it over 40s, which is what Norwich wanted. So they've done what they needed to do, Villa, which fair play. I think we wouldn't have had him in it without the COVID market last season, to be fair. And to be fair, when you're looking at the kind of bold black and white stats, 1 goal, 7 assists in his only Prem season, it's not bad money. He's been fantastic this year, and he's completely destroyed the league. 15 goals, 17 assists show how good he is. And he's completely ready for the step up. He will be a snippet in the long term, but in terms of COVID market, I don't think you're getting any more for a player where he is at the moment.
Yeah, I think the price is fair, and I think that 10% sell-on clause, if he goes on and does magically and goes for 60 million, that's an extra 6 million quid. Like, it will be a decent price. So fair enough. All right, let's talk about replacements then, Jacob. I've got two names in mind. They both play for the same team, and I think you might say the same two players. So you go first.
Well, I'm not going to, like I say, I don't think you can directly replace Emi Buendia. I don't think there's any point. You could go and say Danjuma. I know he plays on the left. You could go and say, I don't know, Harvey Elliott from Liverpool. There's a number of listed players you could say, stick him on that right wing. I think you've now just got to be a little bit more pragmatic and expect someone who's maybe more of a direct winger to come in and just a slight tweak, only having one number 10 where maybe Dowell and Cantwell fight out for that. And then you've got two traditional wingers. Or you go a bit more solidify and go for that free in midfield and go narrow, maybe two up top, one in behind. It'll be so interesting to see. Armstrong as well as being linked can play on the wing. I don't like that.
Yeah, he scored 29 goals.
Exactly. You don't play him, and then you don't come in as a backup, do you? If you score 29 goals, but that'll be an interesting one. You can see why there's interest there for sure. The movement's excellent. The finishing is left to be desired at times, but he can obviously score enough with chances given to him. I think if it more strengthens the whole round squad, and I think that's what Webber's thinking. It's not so reliant on one player, because let's be honest, it has been this season. Yeah,
we do need to be more of a unit. Like you said, Emi Buendia is probably irreplaceable, let's be honest. But if we are looking for as close to a like as you like, then my pick would probably be David Brooks from Bournemouth. If you do want to go more direct, all right, I know he likes to cut in, but I think there's room for someone like Danjuma to fit into a more counter-attacking or direct system, whatever we might see. Do you want to talk about anything else, Jacob, or should we leave it there, mate? Are we done? Yeah. Have we said our farewell to the sweet prince?
Yeah, I think it is just of course he's not going to watch this, but just a thank you for 3 glorious years of football, which after James Maddison leaving, we were thinking, oh crikey, how on earth are we going to get better than him? He's the best player we've seen for ages. And then you get just an absolute wonderful player. Yes, he plays on the line. He's so intense. He's probably the only player we've ever had that I don't even care if he gets a red card. I just love him so much. It's someone else's fault. It's the guy who's kicked him a million times. Yeah, it's the ref's dodgy decision. He's such a wonderful player. And whilst I would do wish him the best, I wish it was with Norwich. I think he'll go on and be incredible. I think he'll spend 2 years at Villa, 2-3 years, and then go on for even more money to the next level. But it's been a pleasure to watch him, and I'm glad Webber unearthed such an incredible player and his recruitment team. It shows that they can do it. Hopefully they can do it again. And yeah, he's just been magnificent, hasn't he, mate?
He certainly has. The best player I've ever seen in a Norwich shirt. Probably my absolute favourite as well. Huckabee is there, but I do love Emi Buendia. Certainly the most talented player I've seen in a Norwich shirt. And it hurts, but go on, Emi, go on. Become truly world-class and just smash everything. Go win everything, please. You deserve it. Thank you very, very much. But I think we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Let us know how you're feeling this morning. It's sad times, I know, but let's see what happens this summer. We've got a long, long way to go yet. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.